This is an Undiscovered Legacy production and proud member of Pod Nation Media Network.
You must decide who you are and be in the world in that space. And yes, you're an entrepreneur, but what are you bringing to that? Who are you? What are your values? And that would be the most important thing that I think people have to do, because they get lost and they lose themselves because they're only about creating something as if it is outside them. And it is about them and how they show up and what their enthusiasm and passion is. That's what brings everybody else along with you.
Salutations, Scuba Believers, and we're here again with another amazing entrepreneur. Today we're here with Alison. Hey, Alison, how are you?
Hi, Scoob. I'm doing really well. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to be on the Undiscovered Entrepreneur, get across the start line. Super appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate the invitation.
All right. So before we get started here, I have a kind of a semi-serious question to ask you. Okay, you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Are you a Scuba Believer?
Oh, I am. I am on that team. You bet.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yay! We have another Scuba Believer. Thanks, Alison. That's awesome. All right. So what I'd like to do here right up front is, can I get an idea of who you are, what your entrepreneur adventure is, and how you got across the start line in your entrepreneur adventure?
Okay, wonderful. I became an entrepreneur because being in big corporate crossed the values line. And I could not do that and remain committed there. So I left and I didn't have a job. I had to do something. And it turns out I started importing the polar heart rate monitor from Finland, and it had no market in the United States yet. And I met with them, and the first thing during that meeting was, can you do a letter of credit? And I said, yes, of course. We end the meeting. I call my sister and ask, she's a banker, what did I commit to? What is a letter of credit? I had no idea at all. I had no idea what I was doing, but I jumped off that edge.
All right. So since you didn't know what the letter of credit is, can you tell me what it is now?
Oh, certainly. I had to give them a guarantee with money in the bank that I could pay for the shipments. And off we went. I had to find the money. I begged, borrowed, and begged some more and borrowed more. And off we went. In came the first shipment. And I had product and no idea what to do with it. So I had to figure out my market.
Well, it sounds like you were building the airplane on the way down off the cliff there.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Fear is part of the formula, but that's not where I focus. I focus more on just jumping off the cliff.
I think fear really kind of gives us more of a direction than anything else, if you really think about it, because if you fear it, it's really something you need to do, because you know on the other side of that fear is going to be something amazing. But you got to be able to take that step across the hurdle, or jump across the hurdle, however you want to say it, to be able to get to the other side of it.
Definitely. And fear can, no question, I've seen it a lot, can become paralyzing. And as an entrepreneur, you just don't have that luxury. You can't.
Yeah, because time's of the essence, especially in something like that. Times I say, time is money. So, the more it's clicking away, the more you're losing time and money. So let's do something with it. Let's go across the start line now instead of waiting for fear to stifle us. Let's see what's on the other side of that hurdle. Let's see on the other side of that fear. Do you know what the acronym for fear is by chance?
No, No, please tell me.
Oh, okay. This is great. So it's false evidence appearing real.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So basically what it is, the fear is just something you're telling yourself. It's not a saber-toothed tiger that's going to bite you in the rear end. It's not something that physically that's going to hurt you. It's a narrative that you're telling yourself that's so negative that it's stifling you. So it's false evidence. It appears real. If you think it's real, but it's really not. So instead of shying away from it, let's go towards it and see what happens next.
Oh, that is magnificent. Do you mind if I use that in my coaching?
You could definitely use that in your coaching. I don't have it copyrighted. I stole that from my he was I sold cars for about 16 years. He was one of my sales managers, and he told it to me.
Whoa.
Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm really curious here. How did you find these people in Finland to be able to have this product? I mean, what's the story behind actually running into these people and kind of getting into that part of it?
I was having a conversation actually with my brother-in-law at the time and said, I really don't know what to do. And he said, I'm working with this amazing man in Canada that has this product and you might be really interested in it. So I spoke to the person in Canada and we are still friends to this day. And he helped me. And he made the introduction for me. And that's how it happened.
It's amazing the connections that we can make if we just reach out. And it's
Yes.
like, and the thing is too, is like, if you're looking for something specifically, it's going to find you.
Yes.
And the things will definitely come together and mold as long as you're dead set on looking for them. If you're not
Yes.
doing anything, the universe is not going to reward you for doing nothing.
No, no,
Right?
no, you can't sit still and say, oh, it'll just come to me. That's not how it works.
So you went from your brother-in-law to Canada, and
Yeah.
the gentleman from Canada that you never would have talked to or met if your brother-in-law didn't say anything, to this company over in Finland that gave you that helped you get the product to be able to sell and put you where you are today.
Yes, absolutely it did. And I love the framing on that you're talking about, because it's not networking to use people. It's forming relationships. And when you're in relationship, people love to help each other. I will help anyone. And form a relationship and be there for them. But if you're using me, my alarm button, that goes off.
Yeah, it definitely sends up a red flag when you're asking so much but not giving so much.
Right.
It's definitely it's because it's like you have a bucket and you want to fill the bucket, but you can't fill it. Where am I going with this? Okay, so you can't just give and then take. There's got to be a mutual kind of thing there. And we've got to build relationships.
Yes.
We must build relationships. I know that a lot of people are introverted, and I get that, but there's still ways to be able to build relationships. You don't have to be an uber extrovert like I am, where I'm all the time, But but there is a possibility for everybody to build a relationship, which in turn will bring something to fruition you could definitely take and turn it into something amazing.
Absolutely.
And I think the one thing that really sticks out for me too is we're not really all competition, right? As much as, and I think that stops a lot of entrepreneurs thinking, hey, I'm competition, so why would they help me? But that's not entirely true. We have to get over that and realize that we are here to help you. There's enough pieces of the pie, as they say, to go around. We have what we're doing, and we have our relations. I think we are more than happy to help you.
Yes. Because being an entrepreneur immediately puts you into a community, and a community of others that understand the frustrations, the fear. What if I fail? You are responsible if you've taken money to get started, to your funders, to the individuals that have invested in you, and all of the things that go with it. We get it. It's okay. Let's talk.
Well, yeah, because we've pretty much all lived it, especially if you talk to a seasoned entrepreneur like you, Alison, where we've kind of done it a little bit. We've experienced the failures, the falls, the jumping off the cliff, everything else. We don't mind talking about our experiences and helping you along with the stories that we've accumulated over the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything I could do to help someone get started, I'm in.
Yeah, me too. All right. Yeah. Join it. We really, no matter what you do in your entrepreneur adventure, we're all a community. We're all a community of entrepreneurs, and we all understand what the stories are and what the guidelines are and things like that. So don't be afraid to reach out to us and
Definitely.
learn from us. Learn from the experiences. I had a guest the other day that told me that the follies and the problems that we come across and overcome give us the right to be able to talk and teach other people about
Mm,
what we do.
yes.
And it, a lot of us feel like we get imposter syndrome because we don't feel like we have the right. We don't have that piece of paper behind us saying that, we
Oh,
passed this test and have a written thing or whatever. It's the
mm,
experiences that we go through is what gives us the right to be able to teach.
yes, definitely. And you can, at any stage in one's career, experience imposter syndrome. I was experiencing it not just in the beginning, but new situations later on, and looking at a room and saying, oh, these people way outclass me. Why would I have a seat in Bill Gates's boardroom? This is ridiculous. And I can't tell you what happened that first day at all. I was so in my head telling myself, you don't belong here. That was stupid. How could you just say that? He's going to fire you before day one. It's real. It is real. And that's okay. Talk it out.
Yeah, yeah. But when you go into that room of people that are smarter than you, that have kind of gotten further along than you or anything like that, instead of shying away from them, learn from them.
Yes.
Learn
Yes.
from them. Even if you're just sitting back and listening to a conversation they're having with somebody else, where they're not really
That's,
directly addressing you, you could
mm-hmm.
still listen into the conversation and learn, especially somebody that big.
Yes, it's so true. And when I finally got there, I figured out what, why is this person so great? What's different? What does he do that I don't do? And it is, he's brilliant. And that we were talking about very sophisticated science that he wasn't in, but he learned everything before those meetings. He knew what he was doing and came in armed with all the right questions, not to challenge, but to move it forward. Have you thought about this? What are you doing about that? And it was yes, and thank you very much. I get it. You're brilliant.
Yeah, yeah, look, it's funny. Sometimes the questions could be more important than the answer. Because if you don't have the right question, you're not going to get the right answer. So if you come prepared with the right questions,
Yes.
that can make
Yeah.
all the difference.
All the difference in the world. And, when entrepreneurs are raising money, they're doing their dog and pony show, but have they stopped long enough to ask the people that they're asking money of, who are they? What do they want from this investment? What's important to them? And it's all those questions that you can see, how would we fit together? What does this look like? It's very important.
Absolutely. And we're all human. No matter where we are in this world, no matter how big we are, how small we are, whether I have 10,000 followers or two, whether I make millions of dollars or minimum wage, we're all human. So we really
Yeah.
need to treat each other as humans and just walk up to it and just talk to them. Sometimes I run across this too because I work a restaurant in a very kind of high town. We have a lot
Mm.
of local celebrities out here, and they
Oh.
all crave just to be treated normal.
Yeah.
It's so funny where they deal with this all the time where they're, oh, hello, Clay Cooper, or whatever.
Right.
And I go, hey, Clay, what's up? How's your day? What's going on? And he goes, yes. And he'll talk to me just like a normal person.
Right.
I had Clay
It's
Cooper in my restaurant a couple of days ago.
very well. Ooh.
Yes. But
How
yeah,
much
we're all
fun.
human.
Yes, we are. And relating to everyone that way. So as you're an entrepreneur in a startup, everyone that comes in needs to be treated that way. Your customers, your clients, whatever that looks like, we're just people. We have needs, wants, desires, confusions, all of it.
All right. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Allison. That was great. All right. So what I'd like to know here is, what do you think stops most entrepreneurs from getting across the start line? I mean, you talked to a lot of people, I'm sure. What do you think stops most of us from getting across the start line in our entrepreneur adventure?
The biggest problem that I've seen is that you have an idea, you're the entrepreneur, now you need other people to round out the team. And then are you, they're not necessarily aligned on the goal. Who are we as a company? What are we doing? And that the other major problem I see is that the founder believes, or founders believe, they have more rights than the rest of the people in the company. And the fact of the matter is that if you're in that company and you have a title, that's all you are. How well do you do your job inside the company? But then the founders have to put their founder hat back on as soon as they are outside the company, because they have to be that face of the company, and they're the founder and the pride, and talk about the company and what it means to them and the difference the organization is going to make. If they bring that into the company other than for inspiration for everyone, it causes an enormous amount of resentment.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because we have to be able to put our face on for outside, but when we come to inside to the company and talk to our employees and whatnot, we're all equals there. We're all the same people. We're all the same human, and all going for that same goal of whatever it is our goal is at that particular
Yes.
moment. So we're all in a team. We can't have somebody better than somebody else and expect us to work as a team. There's going to be resentment. There's going to be negativity and that kind of thing. That kind of thing stifles us. That stops us from doing what we need to do.
Yeah.
Instead, let's talk to each other as humans, as people, and see what we have to say. A company that's really good at that is Pixar.
Oh,
Pixar has
interesting.
a huge, huge fix on listening to everybody and what they have to say, and that's why they're so great at what they do. It's because they even they talk to the janitor, they talk to this guy over here. Hey, he has a great voice. He could be the turtle. You get that kind of thing too, and they're willing to listen. They also do something what's called friendly candor.
Tell me about that.
So friendly candor basically is, we are able to express ourselves and do anything that we want and say anything we want about the subject that's on there without repercussions, and actually not have repercussions. So
Yeah,
that way everything's friendly, and we all are in a friendly environment, but we could have candor too, where we can say what we feel and express what we feel. And because of that, they have such an open kind of forum for each other that they get more done. They could get more done in shorter amount of time because nobody's afraid to speak.
of course. Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, retribution, not a good thing.
Yeah. So you could actually read about that in Creativity Inc.
Thank you.
Yes, there's a lot of great stuff in there, and it's mostly storytelling, but there's a lot of business aspects in that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will
that's awesome.
definitely check that out. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So I know you've been on several podcasts before mine, and I'm sure they always ask you, what was the hardest pitfall? What was the hardest problem that you had? Blah, 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 blah. I like to put a little bit of a spin on that. What I'd like to know here is, what was the hardest pitfall you've experienced that you're proud of? So in other words, if you had this really hard thing happen to you, I'm glad that happened because this amazing thing came out of it on the other end. Do you have any
Yes.
stories like that?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, we were working really deeply and in the research. And the lead scientist was very absolute. It will be done this way and only that way. We could not truly experiment. And it slowed everything down. I really considered it a deep failure, and that I was the CEO, and I recognized the behavior and how is that possible? And he was in my office, and I called him a misogynist. It absolutely set him over the edge. And he went crazy. And I was thinking, not only can we not move the science forward, but now I have totally alienated this man. What have I done? I was so embarrassed. But it was one of those moments of truth. And he went outside and spent 2 hours on the phone with his wife and came back in and said, we have to talk. And it completely changed the relationship. It changed how he was showing up in the laboratory. I was shocked. It was unbelievable. And from going through, we might have to shut this down, to a breakthrough was amazing. And we would not have gotten there without that severe confrontation. I didn't call him out.
Sometimes it's what it takes. Sometimes it's what it takes to snap somebody out of the situation that they're in, to be able to see where we. I'm glad you did, because it never would have got you where you are now.
No, it never would have. And I think this goes back to what you were talking about with the confrontation.
Friendly candor.
Friendly candor. Thank you. We'll obviously have to write that down. And that was not a ground rule in the company. And if I had done that, everything would have been very different. And people would have had the permission all along to speak up and not be kowtowed by this individual.
Well, a lot of times we're afraid to confront somebody that's a higher authority than us, because we're afraid we're going to lose our job, or we're afraid that we're going to say something bad that's going to make them upset. But I'm going to go right back to it. They're still human. We're still human, right? Don't be afraid to tell some, because it might be important. It might be important for you to be able to say something like that they won't realize until somebody steps up and says what they need to say.
Yeah. Yes. And I'm sorry that it had to come out in such a harsh way. It did. But it was a huge learning to have those conversations calmly, gently, and early.
Awesome. That's an amazing story. I'm glad that happened.
Yes, me too. It changed how I was a leader.
In what way? What do you think?
It definitely brought the aha that we have to be communicating early about what's going on and not wait until we're way down the road and so angry and up in knots. That from that point forward, we completely changed our Monday morning meetings, and they became who in the research team, who needs what, how can we help each other? And it was wonderful, because somebody would say, oh, I hate doing this part of it. And somebody else would say, oh, that's the part I love. Let's switch what we're doing. And it became so cooperative, collaborative, everything changed. And that leader had to become part of the team and not the dictator.
I know when it comes to teams, I find myself wanting to be in the trenches with them more than sitting back and doing nothing. I'm more than happy to do an editing job. So I am a CEO of a podcast network, and I am more times than I can think about. I had a message from one of my guys saying, "Hey, I'm really behind. I don't know what to do. Here, let me do this editing job for you for free. No worries. That way you can catch up with everything you need to do. You need a commercial cut? No problem. I'll cut you a commercial. It only takes me about 5 minutes anyway. It's no big deal. Here, take this." It's so much nicer and easier to be a part of the success of the team instead of being the person that says, "Hey, I accomplished this." Instead, saying, "We accomplished this together as a team." And it's such a better feeling.
Oh, it really is. And that so much goes back to that feeling of community. Let's
Mm,
just do this together.
exactly. All right. So what I'd like to know here is if you came across a new entrepreneur just getting started in their entrepreneur adventure and you could give them one good solid piece of advice, what would that be?
You must decide who you are
Mm,
and be in the world in that space. And yes, you're an entrepreneur, but what are you bringing to that? Who are you? What are your values? And that would be the most important thing that I think people have to do, because they get lost and they lose themselves because they're only about creating something as if it is outside them. And it is about them and how they show up and what their enthusiasm and passion is. That's what brings everybody else along with you. And I think self-reflection is the hardest thing for us to do because we're busy. We're doing things and we have to make, there are things that I have to accomplish. I can't take time out to do that. Well, it's probably the most important thing you have to do.
well, if you're not good for you, you're not going to be good for anybody else.
Exactly.
Put your own oxygen mask on first before putting it on somebody else, right? Somebody
Yeah,
said that to me the other day. So, yeah, self-reflection and be you. Always
yes,
be you. Now, there's going to be people that don't like you the way you are. That's the people that we don't need, right? We don't want people like that. We want people that's going to follow us to be who we are. People will literally separate themselves from people that want to follow you and people don't want to follow you. Don't try to please everybody because you'll please nobody, right?
yeah,
So if you are yourself, you'll be better off with yourself and the people that are following you because they like you for who you are.
absolutely.
So when you're looking into yourself, look deep. Don't
Mm,
don't just go surface level. You want to really dig down deep to find out who you are and what you believe. Because the further along you dig down deep into finding out who you are, the better off you're going to be.
absolutely. Oh, I am so 100% there with you. And that it is, and don't confuse authenticity with style. Telling the truth doesn't mean I have to be the Jersey girl roaring in your face. I can just tell you the truth very kindly because we're going to move forward from here and what needs to happen to get where we want to be. That's all.
Yeah,
And
perfect,
change your
perfect
style.
advice. Yes. All right. So I have a tradition I have with all my guests. In the
Yes.
next 6 months, where do you see yourself in your company? Do you have a goal for yourself in the next 6 months?
Yes. Yes. I'm so excited about it.
I could tell.
Yes, I just started working with another woman that actually I had trained to be a coach. And she is a professional PR person. So she's all about helping people. She came out of big pharma, find their voices, do interviews, speak up, lead meetings. So together we team up. And what we're doing is creating a company that goes into startups, into the entrepreneur system and community in what they're forming. And very often there's a point of time founders start fighting with each other and they're not really pushing their culture down because they don't really know what their culture is. And that's what we help with. Who are you and what do you do? We're also working with not-for-profits and helping them understand that you're actually a business. Doesn't mean you have to make a profit, but you better have enough money to run. And it is so much fun. And that's what we're building right now. Can't wait. Love it.
That's
Love what we're doing.
that's fantastic. What's her name, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, no, not at all. Gwyn Osterban, Osterban.
Awesome. Let's get some information, maybe a link or something, and we could put that in the show notes for people.
Absolutely. I can do that.
All right, we'll
I
do
will
that. We'll do that in
give
a
a
minute
link
here.
to her. Okay,
Yeah, it's
great.
okay.
Thank you.
All right. So what I'd like to do with you is I'd actually like
Yes.
to follow up with you in 6 months and see how this is working and where it's going, what new experiences you've had, and see if you've started those new things. Is that okay?
Absolutely. I would love that.
All
And
right.
that's a real form of accountability. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're not just accountable to me, though. You're accountable to all my scuba believers out there, so no pressure.
Okay. No pressure.
All right, Allison, this is the time. This is your time to shine. This is the time I want you to advertise yourself. How do we get a hold of you and all that good stuff? Okay, ready, set, and go.
Okay. I am really easy to get in touch with through LinkedIn. And I am a coach, but I'm an advisor. I will keep you accountable and I understand what you're going through. We can do this together. And this is about you having someone to speak with, that you can't share those things with other people in the company because it's inappropriate. These are not your best friends inside the company. Doesn't work that way because you have to be the inspiration. If you're listening to this show, you own it and you own your position and who you are, and don't do it alone. You do not have to. How's that?
That's amazing.
Okay.
All right, Allison, thank you so much for being on the Undiscovered Entrepreneur Get Across the Start Line. This has been absolutely fantastic. We got a lot of great information for my scuba leavers out there, and I can't wait to follow up with you in 6 months.
Thank you so much. Me too.
All right, scuba leavers, make sure you stay tuned for the wrap up. Okay, everybody, bye-bye. All right, scuba leavers, that was Allison. What a fantastic interview we had with Allison. A lot of great points. I love her stories, but there's two things I want to make sure that you caught, and we're going to go over them right now. We can't build something from the outside in. We have to build from the inside out. What we believe that we are worth, what we believe that we can build. Instead of saying, what should I build? Ask yourself, who am I? And what do I stand for? And in that moment, everything turns around for you if you align with that specific answer that you give yourself. Who am I? And what do I stand for? And what do I believe in? And if you could believe in that, then you could build a business that's going to last forever, and you're going to enjoy every second of it because it's something you built from your emotions, from your experiences, and everything from the inside out, and not listening to the people out there saying what they think you should build. Fear is not a stop sign. It's actually a compass. And I talk about this all the time in my 4 hurdles of stop. It's the thing that points us in the way to your next big thing that you need to do. If you fear it, that means you need to do it. Because on the other side of that fear is going to be something amazing for yourself. The entrepreneurs that jump off that cliff, they don't always have all the answers, but it isn't completely reckless. They're the ones that actually build the wings on the way down. You can't be an engineer and learn how to fly from the safety of the ground. We need to make that jump. We need to get over that hurdle because it's the only way we're going to progress into something amazing, something great that's meant for us. And with that, I'm going to say thank you, Scuba Leavers, for another fantastic episode, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye, everybody.